Hey friends, welcome again to Fresh Air for Life. I'm Anthony D. Crawford, your host. Hope that you're having an exceptional day. Let's get back into some good stuff about leadership and becoming the better leaders that you and I were designed to be. Remember, if these videos bring any value to you, be sure to subscribe, hit the alert button, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, share the videos with some family or friends as we all continue to enjoy some fresh air. Now, we've been looking at King David and the various leadership lessons that we've been learning from this great, king and how he led. As a young teenager gets started in really becoming a very exceptional leader. I think there's some great lessons that we can glean from his life that we've already been doing, and I want to share with you a few more on today. Now, here's the very first thing that I want you to understand is as a leader, you cannot be silent. Make sure that you're always keeping words of life and hope in your mouth. Listen, I shared, before and previously how there are voices of critics that's always going to be out there. There's going to be things that's going to attack you. There's things that's going to challenge you. There's going to be things that make you literally just want to quit. But one of your greatest resources and assets is your mouth. You want to begin to keep life and hope in your mouth, speaking to the situation, speaking to yourself, encouraging yourself. Even when no one else may be cheering you on, you have to be your number one and loudest cheerleader so that you can continue to move forward despite whatever the obstacles may be, despite what people may be saying, and despite what people may be doing. Now, here's the second lesson as a leader that's very important for you and I to be able to be better and to improve. Make sure you use what you have. Don't get over into, a situation of gift envy, I like to call it. Looking at what other people have and what other people do. Use what you have, and you have great value to yourself. You may not be someone who has a degree from Harvard or Oxford or MIT, but you got some skills and some knowledge and some wherewithal, from the streets of hard knocks. You learn some lessons out in the neighborhood. You learn some lessons growing up on the farm. Whatever it is that you have, use it. You use what money you have. You use the gifting and the talents that's on your life. You cannot be anyone else. You make a horrible other person, but you are a wonderful you. And if we're going to be fabulous leaders the way that God's called us to be, you have to know how to embrace, who you are and what you have. Do not despise it. Just simply make good use of it. That's the thing I love about with the example of David. When it came time to take on Goliath, now he was encouraged to use King Saul's armor and the like. And David tried it on, but he was like, man, this just doesn't fit me. So you have to go with what fits you. David understood that armor doesn't fit me, but what I am accustomed to is the sling that I have, and I can get some stones, and man, I can hit anything with it. And no one would have thought that he would be able to take down the biggest challenge to Israel, the biggest giant in the land, simply by what he had and used it for God. So use what you have, and then watch this. Trust God to be able to provide the knockout blow against anything that's coming up against you. Because when David took that slingshot and he slung those stones, trust me when I tell you, it's the force of Almighty God getting behind those stones that knocked Goliath out and actually killed him. So remember, you are a leader and you have great things at your disposal already. Lastly is this. Do not forget the real purpose behind leadership. Leadership is not just for us. Matter of fact, it's not for us at all. You and I are called to be leaders for the benefit of other people, helping them to learn how to conquer their own challenges. The thing I love about with David is that when he takes on this challenge of Goliath, it encourages the camp, and all the army that's there. They were already fighting, but they weren't making any traction. They weren't doing anything. But when David now defeats Goliath and he exercises this sense of leadership, it empowers the entire army that now they go take out the Philistines. Not only does it empower them, but for the next few generations, we see the same thing happening. There were some other giants that came up against Israel in the future. And guess what? There were some of the descendants of David, and they knew exactly how to deal with that giant. Why was that? Because they had seen it in their forefather David. They saw his example of leadership. So remember again, the very important part about the leadership. You and I are called to be leaders, not for ourselves, but for others, so that they can fulfill their dreams, so that they can conquer the giants and the enemies and things that come up against them, and they can walk out and live a life of victory, just like you and I are called to. That's what leadership is all about. It's not for us. It's about helping other people to reach their dreams. So now remember, leave me a like, subscribe, hit the alert button, give me some comments. Let me know how this is adding value to your life, and share it with some family or friends. Know that love you, praying for you out there. Be the leader that God has called for you to be, and I'll see you soon. This is Fresh Air for Life.